Number four was number one. What are the measures of central tendency? Tell your neighbor, what are they? Measures of central tendency. Yeah, remind them there's only three. If they say four, that is incorrect. Only three: mean, median, and mode. That is correct. We're still using the range. We're still using quartiles and such, but only three of them are the measures. Okay. Then we got compute the IQR, the measure central tendency for that data. I'm not going to ask you for that. That was just practice for you. However, number three, you shared your graph, which is good. And let me pause this really quick. Agenda for today, warm-up number 4, box plots. And for tonight, study only. Only. Now, let's see. I just want to clarify, being that we're seniors, check this out. This is your notebook, for example. And then you're going to go study and you're going to be like, oh, I got this one. Oh, this one's good, but I might have difficulty with this one. No, that's not how you study. Copy one of the problems from the lesson, do it over again by yourself, bless you, and check your notes to see if you did the same thing that we did in class. Simple as that. So let's see, what have we done so far? We started with measure central tendency, best fit lines, and today, box plots. So 3 things. Give you a heads up, hint, hint, wink, wink, because tomorrow is Friday. You on the first week? Oh, yeah, we got this. Let's go. So, warm-up number 4, box plots. Study, please. So far, so good, yes? All right. And last night's home play was this one. So let me talk about that in a sense because I already went ahead and opened up our class Canvas. So do me a favor, open up a new browser, go to Canvas really quick. My class should pop up right there in front of you. Let me bring that up here. Should look like that, yes? All right, so here are the buttons. On the top left, you're going to have home, grades, module, and Nearpod. That's all we need for this class. So whenever you're going to submit any assignment, remember, click on modules, click on that. And the first module is Intro to Stats, which is what we're doing right now. We're doing just a review of just basic foundational stuff. So the 2 assignments that are due is the syllabus signed, which some of you already did on Nearpod. I just need to go back and check the signatures and assign the grade there. The second one is the one from last night. There it is. Best fit lines, 1 problem. So at this time, go to Canvas, take a picture of that, and submit on that assignment, please. If you're having difficulty uploading, I left it open until 3:25, just for the sake of technology, yes, issues. We'll call it that, technology issues. And once again, try to zoom in as much as I can, because as much as you can, because when I zoom in on my computer, sometimes I can't really see it completely. And today's presentation, the lesson, write that code down, YB8N7. You're going to need that to get some numbers and problems from there. Once again, the code for this presentation that you're going to see today is YB8N7. YB8N7, that's on Nearpod. Okay? Everybody wrote it down, yes? Yes, I think you. All right. And once again, how do you log in? So you are period 2, so you would do 2 and then your full name, so like that. I keep track as to who's doing what. Okay? All right, so with that said, get a Cornell note ready. Remind your neighbor how to set up the Cornell notes, please. We're still working on processes for this class, just to make sure everybody's on the same page. Give you time for that. Are y'all ready? All right, here we go. Once again, I'm taking you back in time. This kind of statistics you already started doing since you were in 7th grade, some of you in 6th grade, maybe in 8th or in Algebra 1. Hopefully you're gonna be like, oh, I remember this, Q. So, like I said, it's nothing out of the ordinary. We're just setting the foundation for the school year, okay? So our objective for today, I can represent data on box plots and summarize 2 sets of data. Let me repeat that again. I can represent data on box plots and summarize 2 sets of data. So what is the main idea for today? Box plots, so you're going to create a little Freyr model. Write that in the center, box plots. And I'll give you the definition in a little bit. So we're doing 2 things. We're going to represent data in box plots, and we're also going to summarize the data according to what we see. All right? All right, here we go. Box plots, what are they? Mr. Q, they are values in a data set distributing using a minimum, quartiles, first, second, and third, and also the maximum. All right? So, write this down. What are box plots? Box plots shows how the values in a data set are distributed using the minimum, which is the least value, first quartile, the median, which is second quartile, third quartile, and the maximum, or the greatest value. Example given. You're like, oh, I remember these, Mr. Q. Yeah, they're called box plots. Some of you might remember them as box and whiskers. Some of your teachers call them box and whiskers. Whiskers being these 2 little segments on the right and on the left of the box. I'll give you some time to copy that and go. So, examples, straightforward. Non-example, we said this was a dot plot and it's not a box. And our hashtags, it has to have a box, hashtag box, has to have a min and a max. And it has to have all 3 Qs, Q1, 2, and 3, to make the box. Okay? All right. So, with that said, here's the process that we're going to use. Don't copy this. Let me just read through them. Here it goes. First, we're going to organize the data, what? From least to greatest. Have we been doing that? Yeah, in ascending order. Step 2, we're going to identify the median, or Q2. Have we been doing that? Yes. Identify the Q3 and Q1. Have we been doing that as well? Yes. Identify the minimum and maximum score. That's easy to see once we have it in order, okay? And then once we have that, we use that information to create our box plot. And at the end, once we read the problem, look at the box plot, we're going to come up with a statement as to what we see. Pretty straightforward? Yes? Now, these steps are going to be, you copy the Nearpod code, yes? So in case you need to revisit those so you get lost or whatever the case. All right, so with that said, let's do example number 1, yes? Example 1A, copy this one completely so you can have at least one example on your paper complete. And it reads, the number of runs scored by a softball team in 20 games are given. Use the data to make a box plot. And the numbers given are 3, 4, 8, 12, 7, 5, 4, 12, 3, 9, 11, 4, 14, 8, 2, 10, 3, 10, 9, and 7. Copy all of that in that same sequence, and then we'll do the whole process together. All right? I'll give you some time to copy. All right, y'all ready? Here we go. Let's do this one together. All right? We're going to use everything we've done in these past 3 days in one problem, and then at the end just graph it, pretty much. Here we go. Step 1, what do we do with any data that is given? Set it in ascending order. So let's do that together. I'm going to use blue just to make a different color font. So I'm going to start with, what is the minimum value? 2. All right, so we start with 2. I'm going to cross it out. Then we go with 3, 2, 3 threes, yes. Then we got 4 and 4 and 4. 3/4. Next, we got 5. Any other 5s? Nope. All right. Next, we got 7. 1, 2 7s. All right. Next, we got 8. 1, 2 8s. Next, we got 9. 2 9s. Next, we got 10. 2 of them. Next, we got 11. Then we got 12, 2 of them. Then we got 14. And we're done, yes? All right. All right. So we're done with ascending order. Next, we need Q2, or the median. So you neighbor, how to find the median, please, now that we had it in ascending order. How do we find the median? All right. All right. Tell your neighbor what you got for the median, please, or Q2. What'd you get for the median, Yolani? What was it? 7.5. Hands if you got 7.5. And how did you get that? Well, if it's 20, in the middle should be split it into 10 and 10. Is that correct? So then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then the others should be 10. So the right in the middle is right here. Is there a number there? No. So what do we do with these two numbers? Add these two and divide by 2. And that's how we get 7.5. All right, so this split the data now into 2 sections, 10 below and 10 above. So now we need Q1 and Q3. Tell your neighbor how to find Q1 and Q3, please. Find those, please. All right, looks like Brianna's got it. Very good. Giselle's got it. Albert's got it. Pretty good. Jaden's got it. All right, let's see. Jeremy, what'd you get for Q1? That'll be correct if we didn't divide by 2. He said 8. So let's see. There's 10 numbers. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the other 5. So right in the middle is here. So he did 4 plus 4, which is 8. What do we need to do at the end? Divide by 2. So that is 4. Hands if you got that. All right. So with that said, tell your neighbor what you got for Q3, please. Q3. Then Brianna's going to enlighten us with Q3. All right, what'd you get for Q3, Brianna? 10. Hands if you got 10. That is correct. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the other 5. So right in the middle is here. There's nothing there. I add the 2, 10, and then divide by 2, and that's how we get 10. Okay. So now that we have our Qs in green, I'm going to box the minimum, which is 2. and the maximum, which is 14. Now, we need to know the minimum and maximum, guys, so like that we know how to scale our number line. So it goes from 2 all the way to 14. So whenever we scale it, I always go one number extra to the left and to the right. So I'm going to start at 1 and go all the way to what? 15. So on the number line, I want you to start at 1 here, and then let's just tally, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay? So, with that said, now that we have our number line, check this out. I'm going to start with a minimum. What is my minimum? 2. So right above it, put a point floating right there. From there, I'm going to my Q's. What is my Q1? Q1 is 4. Plot another point. I'm going to do that in red. There it is. From there, Q2 is 7.5. 7.5, here's 7, here's 8. 7.5 is about right there. Next, Q3 is 10. 10 is right there. And my maximum is 14, so 14 is right there. All right, so now that we have our points there, I'm going to use only the Q's to make my box. So check this out. Draw a little segment through all 3 Q's, like so. Connect them, nice and straight like mine. And then you draw a segment from the last Q to the maximum, and from the first Q to the minimum, and we just created a box plot. From 1 to 5, how comfortable are you with this so far? 5, 4, 5, yeah, we got this. If you notice, we did all the work the other day, so all it is today is just setting it up, and that's it. However, we do need to write a statement. So let me guide you on that. Look up to the screen. It reads, the numbers of runs scored of a softball team in 20 games. So what do we need to know? Well, that these are scored runs in 20 games by a team. Okay. So put yourself in that context. They're playing softball at games, and these are 20 games. Now, if they give us all these numbers, it's a lot of stuff to look through. However, if we only focus on our box plot, that's going to help us out at least to kind of like pinpoint stuff that we can see. So, some of you are going to see something different from someone else, which is fine. But this is what I want you to do. Look at it. What would be one observation that you would make from this graph according to the situation? Talk to your neighbor. What is one thing that jumps out at you from that graph according to this situation? Tell your neighbor, please. We'll get somebody to help us out. All right, looks like Alyssa's got it. Very good, Alyssa. Kristen's got it. Priscilla's got it. Very good. Serena's got it. All right, one observation, Serena. What was one thing that jumps at you? The average, okay. So I'm going to say that the average was what? It's 7.5? Yeah. So one observation is that the average for all games is 7.5. Okay. All right. Because it's right in the smack middle. Okay. Anything else? Yes. So the lowest game was 2, and the highest, they scored how many runs? 14. Okay. So just with that for right now, If I was to ask you to write one statement that you're going to share in a report according to this data, what would you share in a statement? One sentence. What would you say about this situation? Tell your neighbors, see if they agree with you. What would you say about this situation? Looks like Eric's got it. Very good, Eric. Sean's got it. All right, what would you say? Let's see, I'm going to go with Ethan Reeves. What would be a statement that you would give in a report for this? The scores, write this down, please, of the current softball team are not consistent, comma. Why are they not consistent? What do you attribute to that? Some games are low scoring and some high. And that's pretty much it, guys. Today's objective was to represent data in a box plot. Did we do that? Yes. And summarize our data according to the situation. Did we do that? Yes. Could we have written something else? Yeah. Like me, I thought it was impressive, 14 runs. I was like, what? I'll be like, well, one observation that I see that this team went from scoring 2 runs to scoring 14 runs in a game. I think that's a big leap. I would write that. You know, and once again, whatever you see, you do. All right? So, show me from 1 to 5, how comfortable are you with these so far? All right. So, 4, 5, 4, 5. I'm going to give you one more so you to do. Now, I'm going to advance your screen to this problem. Hold on. Look up. Example 1B, and it reads, the shoe size of 12 members of the basketball team are given. Use the data to make a box plot. Now, I'm going to advance your Nearpod screen where you can actually tally on the screen so you don't have to copy the whole thing. Start writing it in order on your paper so it can go a little bit faster, yes? Once again, you don't have to copy the original one. Start tallying on your screen because you can write on the screen, and then start writing it in ascending order on your paper. So, 2 things you need to do: represent that as a box plot and write a statement. Go. All right, just to make sure, today we needed to represent data on box plots. Did we do that? Yes. And did we summarize? Yes. From 1 to 5, once again, how comfortable are you with this? Yeah, 5 4s, 5 4s. Okay, I'm going to stop right there because the bell's going to ring in 20 seconds. So an extra problem for practice is in the Nearpod presentation. Just go towards the end of the presentation and study, guys. Yes? Pretty good? Yep. Let's go. Yeah. Good one, everyone. Enjoy your home play. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.